For a while, we live in BGC, and one of the easiest things to do was try different coffee shops and bakeries around the area. It became a routine, something I could do with Zico without planning too much. We already did regular walks, so stopping by a cafe just made sense. I'm not really a coffee reviewer or connoisseur, so this isn't about the coffee itself. It's about the vibe, the space, the aesthetics. Would I actually want to sit here? Does it feel good? We hit most of the spots we could before moving out of the country at the end of November 2025. Some worked, some didn't. So, I did a vibe check on every coffee shop in BGC. And maybe you don't have to. Starting with one of my favorites, Angkan. Great coffee. The Spanish latte was perfect. The adobo bun was even better. But what really stands out is the space. It sits on a corner, so it's completely open. Floor-to-ceiling glass on two sides, natural lights floods the place. The design is clean. White walls, light wood accents, minimal but intentional. The amphitheater-style seating is what gives it a unique look. The tables are small and the seating doesn't have backrest, probably by design. Makes it harder to camp out and work all day. But it's perfect for reading, having a chat, or just people watching. The lighting is great for photos and videos. Everything looks clean, bright, open. This is the kind of spot I'd actually come back to regularly. Arabica. Their coffee is probably some of the best on this list. They just know how to blend and brew it right. I usually get the dark latte. It's my favorite drink here. The design is completely in line with my personal preference. Industrial aesthetic, minimalistic, but with hints of colors here and there. The step approach to the counter leads your eye up to the roasting room on the second level. It's framed perfectly, almost like it's on display. Very high ceilings, everything feels clean, intentional, spacious. The seating is generous, but what really stands out are these banquet seating alcoves, like small booths built into the walls. They feel private even though the space is completely open. The only thing holding it back? The food options. It's limited. If they had more variety, this would be a full 5. But the coffee alone makes it worth coming back to. Harlan plus Holden Coffee. They have 3 branches in BGC and we've tried all of them, starting with the newest one, Uptown. The vibe is minimalist modern with a touch of soft futurism. It looks like an open cave-like pavilion, really catches the eye from afar. The whole thing is glass, so it feels completely open. The ceiling curves, almost organic. Everything's neutral, clean, simple. Very photogenic. Then, there's the BHS Central branch. We call it the Aquarium Coffee Shop. It's basically a glass box right in the middle of High Street. You can people watch from inside or people can watch you from outside. Interesting concept, but it can feel a bit exposed if that's not your thing. My favorite branch is 28 and 3rd. It's the oldest of the 3. It's usually quieter. The design is more organic. Neo-minimalism. It feels more intimate than the other 2. This is the one I actually like sitting down at. I always get their butterscotch latte. My wife gets the Cecil latte. If someone asks me what coffee to grab in BGC, this is what I'd say. We tried a lot of their food. The cookies are fine, but nothing that stands out. Salami Napoli baguette was just okay. Overall, it's just consistent. You know what you're getting every time. KIJI Bakehouse. Probably our favorite bake shop in BGC. We tried the croissant meets cookie. Simple, done well. Croissant noir was good, but a bit too sweet for me. The iced Spanish latte was great. Smooth, balanced, not too sweet. The vibe is Parisian cafe with bright yellow accents. Not exactly my thing, but it's done well. This is the kind of place where you'd actually become a regular. Panco. Melbourne coffee meets Filipino food. The space is bright with colorful chairs. Different tones mixed together. There's a mural across the walls. High ceilings help because the space is a bit cramped. Got a dirty mocha. Really good. Breakfast brisket was solid too. Sweet potato fritters hit the right spot. My only gripe, they don't sell simple pastries. It's all elevated dishes and specialty items. Still, one of the better spots. Would definitely come back to eat. Halfsaints. This one's more of a restaurant than a cafe, though they do serve plenty of baked goods and enough drink options. We tried a lot of things here. Got the tres leches cheese latte. That was very good. Also tried their fermented orange soda. Decent. For food, the mercebuco cream puff was honestly amazing. The double chocolate tres leches cake dough, too sweet for our taste. The space is interesting. Exposed black ceilings, warm neon lighting that wraps around the metal pole. It's sharing half of the open space with another business, so it can feel a bit awkward, but I did like the vibe and there's something intentional about it. It's on the pricier side, but the quality shows. Good neighbor. There's something about this place that makes it feel like a good meetup spot. Maybe it's the name, maybe it's the vibe. Either way, it works. They open early, which is a plus. This visit, we got drinks for Zico. An avocado mango smoothie with chia. Really good. Food-wise, the beef pepper tapo was fine, nothing special. But the sriracha chicken sandwich, that was the bomb. Love it. We also tried the Basque burnt cheesecake. Really good. Our family of 3 finished it in a flash. The space has lots of green. Plants, green accents the walls, big botanical mural on one side. Light wood, rattan chairs. Feels calm and friendly. Very fitting name. Like a neighborhood cafe where you'd want to linger and talk. Solid space, good food, and the kind of place where you come back to without thinking twice. Fable Cafe plus Lounge. It's like a fairy tale exploded in here. Maximalist, but done really well. Giant leaves and feathers hanging from the ceiling, crumpled paper lights. There's even a woven carved sculpture. The walls have the silhouettes of plants and tall grass layered everywhere. If you want maximum aesthetics, this is it. We got a latte, can't remember the exact name, but it was decent, nothing special. Tried a mocktail since it doubles as a bar, not memorable. Cheesecake was good, pano chocolate was solid, burger sliders were my favorite. Service felt high-end, like a proper restaurant, but it's pricey, really pricey. The space is stunning, but would I come back? Maybe once more for the atmosphere, not regularly. Eggdrop. This one's actually a sandwich shop, not really a coffee place. I got the handmade latte, strong coffee, probably Robusta, nothing special but decent. The ham and cheese sandwich though, best one we tried, really solid. If you're here for sandwiches, it's worth it. The design is American diner, but more modern and metropolitan. Muted colors, creams, beige, white subway tiles everywhere. Actually love it. The space is nice and the food delivers. Deuces. This one's inside SM Aura. The space is a very unique vibe despite being in a mall. Pink terracotta finish everywhere. It gives this Moroccan feel. I got a sea salt Spanish latte, really good actually. Also tried the Basque burnt cheesecake, solid, a bit pricey though. It can get crowded, actually it's almost always full. But if you're already in SM Aura, it's worth stopping by. Otaku Room by Atmos and Yardstick. This one's hidden on the second floor of the Atmos store. It doubles as a bar, so it's got this speakeasy vibe. Collector's lounge meets after dark aesthetic. We tried the Harajuku latte, pretty good. The R18 sea salt latte, not great. And the mocha cake was dry. The space is dark and cozy. Japanese art prints on the walls, it's tasteful. They're using anime and manga figures as art objects, like collectibles. Classic and cool, not nerdy. It's a good find if you're looking for something different or discreet, but not a regular spot for me. Ladurée. If you told me what a Parisian patisserie would look like in a movie, this is it. Luxury dessert core, belle epoque, chandeliers, gold accents, maximalist. We tried the macarons, passion fruit, raspberry, lemon. My wife said they're some of the best she's had. Got the Ispahan and Placido Sucre. Instagram worthy, but the taste was nothing remarkable. Zico devoured the pano chocolate, but again, nothing remarkable. It's pricey, premium price. The space is grand, but honestly, this type of maximalist isn't my thing. Zeus Coffee. This one's on the other side of BGC. Most people seem to just grab and go. We got a Spanish latte and a chocolate chip cookie. Both were fine. It works. It's affordable. The space has this urban corporate cafe look. There's actually a generous sitting area, but it's tucked away at the back. If you need cheap good coffee on this side of BGC, give this place a visit. Pan-onymous. Japanese bakery. Not really a coffee shop. We got the blueberry bagel and a Spanish latte. The bread was actually nice and fresh. The latte was just okay. The interior feels like something you'd find in a bakery in Tokyo. Clean, simple. It's tucked below a condo complex, so it's got this neighborhood vibe. Less hectic, more discreet, out of the way. Tiong Bahru Bakery. You can see the shop house influence right away. Modern Peranakan aesthetic. We got the pano chocolate, Zico's favorite. The brioche was really good too, but the teteric, not good. I know what teteric should taste like. This wasn't it. The space is bright and clean. The bread here is exceptional. Come for the pastries. Baristart. This one's more of a restaurant than a cafe, despite the name. We got the sea salt latte, strong coffee, maybe Robusta. Pretty generous serving though. The tonkatsu sando had a nice texture. The space has this Japanese-inspired modern minimalism. Tables are a bit tight and the chairs aren't particularly comfortable. If you want a meal, sure, but not a place to stay for just coffee. Sama Cafe plus Diner. It has that neighborhood cafe vibe, the kind of place that attracts regulars instead of one-time visitors. It faces a wide road, so it feels a bit spacious. We got the matcha cloud and Spanish latte. Both were just so-so, but the pano chocolate, uve-filled croissant, and bagnet banh mi were all solid. Nice vibe. Try their food. Fat Seed, one of the older cafes on this list. I got the Spanish latte, actually good. The Fat Seed burger was decent. The space has this urban artisan cafe vibe. You can tell it's one of the older spots. Starting to feel a bit dated, but the rustic feel is still welcoming. Overall, it's solid. Nothing that really stands out anymore, but it gets the job done. Masa Madre Bakehouse, kind of out on the edge of BGC. They sell kitchen appliances inside, so it doubles as a store, which is fine, but it affects the vibe. I got the Don Brulee, decent coffee, nothing that stood out. The cheese puff dough, actually really good. Pano chocolate was solid too. The space has this usual artisan neighborhood bakery vibe, but the whole setup just feels average. Caravan Black, popular spot with office workers. We got their local coffee, decent, nothing special. The Bice Ice sounded good on paper, but didn't really land. The space has this modern, industrial, old world luxury vibe with dim lighting overall, but it all feels kind of basic, low quality in a way that it's hard to pin down. Pocofino. Space has this soft, modern Italian cafe aesthetic, not old world trattoria but contemporary Milan. The panini was fine, the Pocofino latte was okay, nothing memorable. Outdoor seating, plenty of solo and high chairs available. It looks cute, but that's about it. Sunnies Cafe, mid-century retro diner, chrome accents, neon signage, very Instagram friendly. We got the iced salted vanilla latte, fine, nothing special. The burger was just decent, pricey for what you actually get. The aesthetic is the main pull here, one of the better looking spots in BGC if that's what you're after, but I wouldn't come back here for food or coffee. Bubu, more of an ice cream shop than a cafe, but they do serve coffee. I got a latte, nothing memorable. The ice cream was decent, but pricey. The space is small, but the bright orange walls and playful interior makes it stand out. They've got a door designed like an ice cream vending machine, which is a cute touch. Limited indoor seating, but there's an outer space to make up for it. Nice vibe, but not somewhere you'd stay long. And that's the list. Every coffee shop we hit in BGC before we left. Hopefully you have an idea of what could actually be worth your time.